Well, I've been wanting to ask you about Cameroon. In fact, I've asked you some stuff in writing, but I want to ask you now in person. Since your last statement, I mean, I've asked you how many people the UN thinks have been killed in Cameroon, because Amnesty International said 17 some days ago. People in the country are saying it's well over 100 now. Their bodies being discovered. So I wanted to know, what is the role of the UN there in getting to the bottom of that? How does it square with this? People there are saying the idea that calling for dialogue with a president who seems to still be in Geneva when people are still actively being killed is a strange message from the UN. So I wanted to know, and where is Mr. Fall? You'd said he'd be going this week. It's now Thursday. Where is he?
He will travel as soon as it is appropriate, and then as soon as travel can be arranged. There is a need, as in any situation, for a need for dialogue. I have no specific information where the President of Cameroon may be, but there is a need for dialogue between the authorities and between the leaders of the Anglophone community. I think the Secretary General is extremely concerned about the increased tensions we've seen in the North-West and South-West parts of the country. He's been clear in condemning the violence that we've seen, and we are, as we've said in the past, we're ready to support any efforts by the parties for constructive engagement.
I guess,
and I don't have.
Sure.
We don't. We're not in a position to, as far as I know, right now from here, to estimate the number of casualties. We've seen the press reports, which are, as we've said, very worrying. But I have no independent information from here.
I just have two, because one is also there are not only reports but proof that both the internet and social networks have been cut off again, which was a big issue earlier this year, and I didn't see that in any UN statement. I also sometimes human rights issues are not raised from here, but they're raised by the High Commissioner. I haven't seen any statement by him. So people are saying they've seen him comment. For example, once there were mean tweets against CICIG, and he commented on that. I'm not asking you to respond to him, but is this idea of this kind of division of labor, has something been dropped here? Because it's 100 people killed, and the internet, young people are having their feet shot by soldiers, so they can't protest.
I said we've seen the press reports are extremely alarming. For the High Commissioner, I think he may have spoken out, but I think again that's a question you need to ask to address to his office. There is a basic need to keep the internet flowing anywhere. Access to information is critical for everyone, and that I think it's important that people have access to the internet.
On Cameroon, you'd said earlier that the UK was monitoring it. There's now, some people say there's up to 100 dead. The internet's been turned off again. Do you see? I mean, is it a threat to international peace and security? And should the UN Security Council take it up?
Well, no one has put it on our agenda specifically, but as you know, we continue to monitor it very carefully, and we make judgments constantly about the rights and wrongs, the benefits and the disbenefits of the Security Council getting involved on an issue like that.
Well, on southern Cameroon's 100 dead, probably more, doesn't seem to qualify as a threat to international peace and security. Again, we asked, we're going to continue to follow it. Maybe they'll change. No one has asked for it. Well, why wouldn't they ask for it? How can the Security Council, which takes up, there can be a burp in some countries and they take it up. This is colonialism, failed, pure and simple. Okay, we're going to end this way and put this one up. We'll try to cut out the video of it, but keeping it short so it can be spread around. That's the answer. We got an answer from France in the morning, UK in the afternoon. Watch it and weep.
On Cameroon, more than 100 people have been killed, and I'm wondering when France might call a consultation. The internet's been turned off. It's reported that 100 civilians have been killed. At what point would France get its Security Council presidency working on this issue?
On Cameroon, the spokesperson at the Quai d'Orsay made an additional statement this morning to call each and every party to renew the dialogue and consultation process faced with a situation that is a source of concern, needless to say.
The question was, when is the Security Council going to meet about the bloody crackdown? Because they've met on a lot smaller things, I guarantee you. Paul Biya is not even in the country. Take out. We asked French Ambassador Francois Delattre about Cameroon. Le drapeau français.